1-2 Chael, 1-2 Chael.
Okay, I'm here with, some say, the best trash talker in the history of MMA. Recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. Have to add that.
When I was doing the ever routine, I know you're going to say trash talker. You said the best. Okay, that's the part I got excited about. It didn't really matter what came after that. It turns out to be talk whatever. He could have said fighting. He could have said most handsome. He should have said glasses wear. Could have said dresser. That's what I was signing off on. Best ever. Go ahead.
Talking of best ever, we had a pretty good press conference just there. You were part of it, hosting it, of course, between Cedric and Jaleel.
I was starring in it, but yes. Go ahead. Go ahead with the question. Yes.
I think it was a great press conference. We saw the Borussia. Did you get the top reference? The Champions League final, Borussia Dortmund, the team just beat PSG.
Yes, I didn't get it first. In all fairness, I had to have that explained to me. But I do know culturally how important and serious that stuff can be. I mean, I do understand people get ran over and ran down for that type of stuff. Like, that was a bold move. I thought Jaleel Willis did his part here. I really did. He was entertaining. He was fun. He was charismatic. He said the N-word at one point. I'm sure he would take that back if he could. The whole thing was awesome theater. It truly was, all the way down to the shirt. And Cedric, I don't know if I could like him anymore. Think of the pressure that Cedric's got to deal with. He doesn't know me on a personal level, so he doesn't know how I'm going to behave, what I'm going to ask him. He's got an entire crowd that's backing him up and against his opponent, but you can flip him fast because it's MMA if you don't do everything just right. Oh, and then, by the way, he's got Anthony Pettis, the guy from the cover of the Wheaties box, who's getting ready to fight him next. Like, I mean, there was a lot of balls in the air, and I thought Cedric handled himself very well.
Yeah, for sure. We just did an interview with Cedric, and Kads was mentioning how he's becoming a star in France. There's obviously not been MMA legal in France for a long time either. This guy seems to be one of the biggest stars France have ever seen in combat sports, maybe. But he could go on to do great things in MMA.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like he could. I could. He got an endorsement from Anthony Pettis as well. And I don't know if that comes, I feel like maybe they had a personal relationship. I feel like maybe they were training partners or something like this because they were both very complimentary of the other's skills. But from an intimate standpoint that you would only know if you had worked out. And I only say that because I feel like it is a part of the story. Like, Pettis is here, and he is scouting Cedric. And to the information that I've been given, which I feel is accurate, they've already got that contract signed. And I could tell you two other times in the history of MMA, and I go back to the beginning of 1993. There's only two other times where somebody has had two matches signed at one time. It's a lot to take on. Oh, and by the way, both of those other guys I referenced lost.
It's going to be a great fight, a great weekend of fights. Obviously, there's boxing going on as well. Great for combat sports. I know you talk a bit about other sports on your YouTube channel as well. I want to bring in the UFC 304 news as well. British here. We're excited for this. Leon Bilal is the headline, and then Blades Aspinall rematch.
Really? Okay, so that was the prediction, but you just told me that. I knew that Dana had made a 304 prediction, and I'm about to go talk with Daniel Cormier about an announcement, rather. So I'm about to go talk to Cormier about that announcement. When I got those notes, it didn't tell me what the announcement was. Okay, so it's Blahal versus Leon, as we expected. It's Blades and Aspinall. Who's the main event?
Leon.
I was going to say, technically, Leon, policy-wise, is supposed to be the main event. Man, that's the fight to make. That was a hard fight for Muhammad from Jump Street. And Muhammad knows that because they've already done the fight. Whether it ended in no contest or not, they've already felt each other. And, you know, the truth on what each of them felt and each of them learned, we may never know. But now you're asking Muhammad to go into enemy territory. I think it's a big deal. I think it's a big ask. I would predict for you that Leon's going to be the favorite.
You just mentioned there, good guy, bad guy. I almost called it DC and CC or whatever I was going to say there. New podcast you're enjoying that you had Islam Makhachev on as well. What's it like working with DC? I know you've done this sort of stuff before, but it's a good podcast.
It's got a ton of names. Good guy, bad guy. The official name is Bad Guy and the Other Guy, starring Chael Sonnen and with DC. Like, that's the official name, right? But we try to share time over there, and it's been great. Frankly, you know, he's great. The Big Bear knows what he's talking about at all times, and he's a fan. I mean, inside Daniel Cormier, his superpower is that's a little boy that's living his dream, and I think that's why the fans love him.
Just one on, because you had Islam on, the fight with him and Poirier.
Yeah, it's a very interesting match. I mean, I feel as you would be trying to do a sell job by telling someone that these are the right two guys. There's a back and forth battle, and boy, if it's on the stand-up, it favors this guy. And if it goes to the ground, it's really not like that. The problem with Dustin Poirier is he is dangerous the entire time, and the problem with Dustin Poirier, like this sport gets presented to the audience as my skills versus your skills. But what the competitors themselves know is it's my will versus your will. One of us is going to quit. One of us is going to make the other one quit. Is that going to be in the third round? Is that going to be in the first round? Is that going to be at the end of the fight? Are you going to give up in the locker room? I mean, it's one of those situations. Dustin Poirier doesn't fall into that category. You can beat Dustin Poirier for a minute. You can beat him for a round. You can beat him in a sequence. You can pummel him on the ground. Whatever it is, if there is a second or a minute left, he will knock you out, and he will also choke you out.
Okay, we've got an outro now. You ready?
Yeah, I'm in. What's an outro?
I start, you finish. 1-on-1, 2-on-1, or 5-on-1.
They all going to need 9-1-1.
Let's go. Thank you, Chael.
Appreciate that back there, young lady. All right. Let's hear it for Chael.